Welcome to the first grade vocabulary enhancement volunteer training video. Thank you for your willingness to serve our students. As you know, our students have been selected by their teacher because they are behind in expected vocabulary. Adequate vocabulary is essential to reading fluency and reading comprehension. Before your very first session, the materials for the program will be delivered to the front desk of the school where a match has been made for you. You can pick up those materials at least one day before your volunteering begins. If you would like to review the materials, that's a great way to get started. Let's jump right into the program. Step 1. For your first session, the thing to do is to introduce yourself to your student and get to know them just a little bit. First graders are a little overwhelmed by meeting a new person, so sometimes it's best just to get to work. Because it is your first session, we are asking you to administer the pretest for the program. This is simply a list of words, and you can begin by assuring the child that they're not really supposed to know any of these words because they are first, second, and third grade words. They will let you know what they know about the word. It will either be an accurate definition, an accurate example, or an inaccurate example, or no answer. If they seem like they really don't know what the word is, you can ask them to give you a hand signal that indicates they would like to move on. The entire test should not take more than 5 minutes. Now you'll begin following the steps of the program like you will do each week. You have already completed the first step by connecting with your student. The second step is to introduce the rules of the program. These questions are provided in your volunteer guide. These questions act as a tool to get the students to settle down into the work of the session. The third step is introduce or reintroduce the book.
Naomi, today we're going to read about Henry and Mudge in the green time. Would you like to look through the book and see if you have any questions and we can talk about it?
Read it.
Just look through the book and see if you have any questions. Do you see who Mudge is?
The dog.
The dog, that's right. And what's the boy's name?
Henry.
And what do you think they're doing in this book?
They're looking at stuff.
They're actually on a picnic. They're outdoors. They're having fun and games and adventures. So that's what we're going to read about today.
The next step is to introduce the selected vocabulary words the student will listen for and highlight in the book.
Naomi, we're going to find a vocabulary word in Henry and Mudge today, and our vocabulary word is ginger snaps. We're going to take our word off of the key ring and put that right in front. So as I'm reading the story to you, and when you hear the word ginger snaps, I want you to raise your hand. And then, as a word detective, you're going to highlight the word in our book.
You will now read the book until the recommended stopping point, which is indicated on your journal sheets. Students will recognize the vocabulary words and will highlight them after you have finished reading. It is critical that the volunteer read the book to the student as it is part of the vocabulary acquisition process.
Okay, Naomi, are you ready? Henry and Mudge in the green time. The picnic. In the summer, Henry and his big dog Mudge like to go on picnics. Henry packed the food. He packed jelly sandwiches, pears, and ginger snaps for himself. Oh, did you hear a vocabulary word? Excellent. What word is that?
Ginger snaps.
Step 6 is to review the vocabulary words. You will paste the journal sheet into the student's journal on the left side. Have the student select and highlight one vocabulary word on the journal sheet to write a sentence and then later to draw a picture. After the child is finished with his journal picture, you can review previous vocabulary words from earlier sessions and of course praise the student's efforts. You will notice in your bag that there's an extra ring for you to sort your cards as you go along. You can sort the cards however you choose in order to review them with your student. That's it. It is a fun program for the student and volunteers. If you would like to see a complete sample session in action, visit our resources and tips page. For student attendance purposes, please indicate the date of each of your sessions. A note on the side of your volunteer guide calendar will do. We will ask you for this information on a quarterly basis. At the end of the first seven books, you will be asked to do the post-test, which is the pre-test repeated. You will then put the pre-test post-test in the envelope provided and have it sent to our office via inter-office mail. We will arrange for you to have your second set of books if needed, when you are finished with the first set. Again, we are grateful for your willingness to serve our students. Thanks for all you do.